How reliable is the 2013 to 2017 Lexus LS 460? Well, you are about to find out in this video. But if you want to know more about the nuances of the various model years, the F Sport versus the regular or the L model, all that good stuff, I've done other videos in the past, so I will have them linked in the description box. But in this video, let's go ahead and let's dive in on these reliability concerns. My most favorite resource to go to is the nhtsa.gov website. You come here, you type in 2013 Lexus LS 460. You can scroll down and you will find 303 manufacturer communications, also known as TSBs or Technical Service Bulletins. These are pretty much all of the issues that the manufacturer has found with their own product. But that doesn't mean that there are 303 issues with this car. When you go through this, there is a lot of redundancy as well as very frivolous things like providing diagnostic tips to the dealership service centers and other TSBs where Lexus themselves have deemed them to be obsolete. All of that still shows up here in this, kind of 303 results. But this is still an excellent resource for people who want to do their due diligence before purchasing a car. You can click through this and you can see that electrical issues, equipment problems, these seem to be the bulk of the problems. And again, it ranges in severity, like Bluetooth issues. That's a common problem with pretty much every modern day vehicle. You also have some steering vibrations and steering popping noises, as well as the typical warning lights for various things like traction control, or with the air suspension vehicles, the ride height lights might turn on. All of that is included in these various TSBs or manufacturer communications. I also like the complaints section of the nhtsa.gov website. This is where actual owners post their problems and then they upload it to this website. That's also very useful information, but the difference between a complaint and the TSBs is this is just one person writing in, whereas the TSBs, the manufacturer has determined that multiple people have written in about the same thing, and then they officially release a technical service bulletin. And that becomes public knowledge, and now you can, obviously read into it for yourself. But you come to the complaint section, a lot of people are mentioning the brake actuator failing, and that is like a $3,000 to $5,000 issue. This is something that the previous generation LS 460s suffered from, and we see that here with the newer generation. Recalls, of course, the company will take care of that for you. We had a fuel pump failure issue with these Lexus products back in 2020, but that's going to be taken care of for free, no matter how old your car is. But back to the TSBs, another resource I really like is carcomplaints.com. It pretty much takes the exact same information from NHTSA and it kind of compiles it in a easier to understand format. Some of the common things you need to understand with these big body vehicles or these flagship luxury sedans is they are packed to the brim with technological features. They're going to have a lot of sensors and electronic components, and naturally with a big heavy car, suspension and brakes are going to cause issues. I know there's multiple TSBs on the F Sport brakes kind of squeaking, but also with this big heavy car you can notice that the brakes are going to warp as well. So you're naturally going to be going through brake pads and rotors with these massive vehicles. And other common suspension things, it's going to be with noises and clunking effects. That's going to happen. Air suspension can eventually go out. One of the solutions for that is a Strutmaster's kit. I know some people roll their eyes when I say Strutmaster, but the reality is that really is the best conversion kit for air suspension owners to use. In fact, a lot of the complaints you get are the do-it-yourselfers who bought the kit, messed it up, and then they blame the product for their mishaps. So if you're going to replace the air suspension with a Strutmaster's kit, I would really have a good technician do that for you. Pay them $500, $1,000, whatever they need, and then take care of it that way. Another issue that primarily affected the previous generation LS 460s was the control arms. Again, it's a big heavy car. Control arms are expected to go bad, and some people were saying that the 2013 and up vehicles, the control arms were fixed. But the reality is, I went on to the Club Lexus forum and I found this person who said that even the 2013 and up models have control arm issues. But the reality is, the control arms will most likely be something that you will have to maintain if you decide to purchase one of these cars pre-owned, because you don't have a choice. You have to buy it pre-owned with some mileage on it. And I'm not going to sit here and go through every little nuanced problem in detail. I mainly wanted to present to you the two resources that have compiled all of these issues, so you can read through this yourself and make an informed decision. Because when I look at this, when I look at these various TSBs and potential expensive repairs like brake actuators, suspension, brakes, etc., I just think to myself, you're better off getting a warranty and now you don't have to worry about any of this stuff. But I know some people, they're heroes and they don't want to do that. They're totally against warranties. If that's you, both of these resources, NHTSA and carcomplaints.com, are very useful in conjunction with the forums. Another resource that I think can help out a lot of people in the used car market is the Lexus owner's website. Even though you might not be a Lexus owner right now, what you can do is you can make an account on the Lexus owner website. And then what you can do is any pre-owned Lexus that you're interested in purchasing, you can grab the VIN number, enter that into the Lexus owner website as your own vehicle, just for temporary sake. You enter that in, and now you can see the entire maintenance history of that particular vehicle. And you can keep doing that for any pre-owned Lexus that you might be interested in buying. So if you're adamant about buying a used car, you don't want any warranties, you're someone who is very good with a wrench, you can do everything on your own, and you still want a Lexus, then I just figured this can be a very good resource for you to use to make sure that the car that you are going to potentially buy has been well maintained and well cared for with the proper documentation. Also, if you're a current Lexus owner and you want to sell your vehicle, you can also hop on this website, make an account, enter in your VIN number, print out the maintenance history, and you can just have that on file and you can provide that to the next owner so they can be rest assured that they're buying a well-maintained vehicle. And I'm going to leave you with one last thing before I talk about the LS 460 market, and that's going to be the WID noise on these LS products. This is something that's not really properly documented, but I have driven multiple Lexus LS models between the 460 and the new LS 500. Some of these vehicles are completely silent, but others, it feels like you are in a wind tunnel. I have no idea what's up with that. There's just so much wind noise coming through. Some people say just replace the weather stripping around the windows, but I don't understand how that can help because I've driven 3 brand new LS 500s. 2 of them were insanely loud and then 1 was absolutely silent. That's with brand new vehicles, and I've noticed the same thing with the LS 460s as well. Some of them very silent, others super loud. Very inconsistent quality there. I don't know what to tell you on that, but if you're adamant about purchasing one of these LS cars, make sure you go on a thorough test drive. And with that, let's go ahead and let's talk about pricing in the overall Lexus LS market. Okay, I'm on Car Gurus here and I've filtered out all of the clapped out models, all the accident vehicle, salvage title, etc. The reason why you don't want to buy a vehicle with an accident on it is because you have no idea how these body shops have repaired these vehicles. It's most likely not going to be up to the OEM specs, so that can cause issues down the road. And also, accident vehicles are going to be worth less when you go to trade them in. Okay, with that out of the way, we have everything filtered out. The cheapest LS460 from 2013 as of July 2023 is $17,000 with 170,000 miles on it. So that's the cheapest, and the most expensive clean LS460 is a 2016 model with 1,000 miles and is going for $54,000. So prices ranging between $17,000 and $54,000. And we kind of go in the middle here. We filtered this out by 50,000 mile and under vehicles. Prices are now ranging between $26,000 and about 40 grand. Now, is this worth it? Is this something that you should look into and buy? I will say this car does drive amazing. This is one of the best products from Lexus, and I mean ever. I mean, this is one of their most top tier products that I've ever tried. It is so plush, so comfortable, so smooth. You will absolutely love it. It is a world-class product that never got the proper respect and credit that it deserved. But this car at these prices, this is not going to be a blessing to most people. Like, the issue is the wrong people are going to end up buying these cars. Like, people who can barely afford these things, and then one repair pops up and then they're just bankrupted. They see all the hype in the YouTube comment section and on the forums, and how people are like, oh, I've never had an issue with any of my Lexus cars. It lasted me for 800,000 miles with no problems. And then people see that, people hear that, they get all excited, and then they'll go and buy one of these 150, 170,000 mile cars. Not only is the interior going to be all clapped out and nasty, but also these higher mileage vehicles, they have more of a tendency of just going through oil. You're going to run into more high oil consumption issues with higher mileage modern day vehicles. That's just the nature of a lot of modern engines nowadays, and you see this in the forums. People are having some oil consumption issues with the higher mileage Lexus LS vehicles, and really a lot of used cars on the road. This is another reason why it's so hard for me to recommend stuff like this. You are honestly better off just buying a brand new Corolla, and I'm not being facetious about that. Yes, this is a cool car. Yes, it's amazing to drive, but this is honestly ideal for rich people, sadly. I mean, for them to use some of their disposable cash to buy this outright, and they can kind of enjoy this piece of history, if you will. But for those who can't afford this properly, they take a loan out on one of these cars. 2013 LS, that's now 10 years old. It's going to be kind of sort of difficult to get financing on a vehicle this old. And if you do get financing with interest rates the way that it is, the payments are going to be very high. I would not be surprised if you get hit with like 10 or even 12% interest rates. It's pretty bad. Not to mention the vehicle is still going to depreciate. Just because you buy a used car doesn't mean that you're free from depreciation. Now, no, the car is still going to go down in value. Not to mention the maintenance, and if you don't decide to purchase a warranty, you have the various issues that we talked about that can potentially go wrong. If nothing goes wrong, good for you. And if you're one of the people that want to purchase a warranty, well, that can be $3,000, $4,000, maybe even $5,000. So you tack that on, you know, it gets very pricey now. You see what I'm saying? And that's why it's so difficult for me to recommend vehicles like this. And you might be asking me, oh, well, why not just buy this car certified pre-owned? Well, as of now, there are a few CPO LS460s available for sale, but not many. There's only like 5. And at that point, yeah, you can maybe qualify for an incentivized financial rate from Lexus themselves. But you watch this video a year or two down the road, this car will not qualify for any certified pre-owned programs because the car will be too old at that point. Even a 2017 LS is now 6 years old. Your best bet, if you really love this thing, yeah, you can either buy it certified or buy one of the clean models, 30,000 miles and under, pay $3,000, $4,000 for a warranty, enjoy it that way. And that's going to lead me to my next point. Is it worth buying this used vehicle versus a brand new Lexus? Okay, I understand many people, including myself, really like this generation of the LS460. It is the last naturally aspirated V8 Lexus. It looks cool, drives amazing, nice features. I love it. It's a great car. But as I stated in this video, it's not a blessing for everyone. For most people, my recommendation, if you love this type of driving style, a nice plush, cushy Lexus, one of the vehicles you can look into purchasing is a brand new 2023 ES 350. You would be shocked. The ES, the brand new one, pulls off the flagship luxury car trait extraordinarily well. It is so quiet, so plush. Once again, I have driven multiple ESs, and honestly, every ES I've driven was amazing. It rides almost identical to the LS that we're talking about in this video. And most importantly, it's brand new. You know, when we talk about getting a clean LS 460 with 30K miles and under, you know, it's over a $40,000 vehicle at that point. Well-equipped ES models are $45,000 to $50,000. And I did partner with AutoCompanion. He is offering 8% off MSRP, and this is why the ES is such a no-brainer for me and why I keep recommending it to so many people. And even if you don't want to go through AutoCompanion, consider asking your local Lexus dealership for an 8% discount, see what they have to say. Most of them might spit in your face. If that's the case, fine, just move on. You can always work with AutoCompanion. There is a broker fee. He is located in Washington, D.C. You will either have to ship the vehicle or go out there and pick it up yourself. But for the most part, you buy a $50,000, almost fully loaded ES 350 at 8% off. That's like $4,000 off of the MSRP of a brand new ES. That is absolutely amazing. And if you take advantage of the current lease deals, again, leasing programs, they change every month, but as of right now in July 2023, the interest rate on a Lexus ES lease is 2.45%. That is incredible. You can lease this car and actually get an additional $1,000 discount for leasing the car. So now you got a $5,000 discount. You're leasing it at 2.5%. You can enjoy that low interest rate, and then if you like the vehicle, if God forbid nothing happened to it, there's no accident, nothing like that, and you like the car, you can then consider purchasing it outright at the end of the lease. But forget that. If that's too confusing to you, you can always just pay cash or finance the vehicle and take advantage of that 8% off. That is the vehicle I recommend to pretty much everyone who wants a comfortable sedan because it's brand new. There's no clapped out, creaky, crunchy interior, no weird lines or tears in the seats. It's a brand new car. You don't have to worry about anything, and it's going to give you that luxurious experience that I know most people want. You want that plushness and you want that quietness. The new ES delivers in this regard. But this is not just a shill for the ES. I mean, these are just the facts. This is genuinely how I feel. This is the car I would recommend over the 2013 to 2017 LS. It's sad to say because I really do like that car. I mean, if you got money, if you're rich, you can afford to pay cash for an LS like that and you want to enjoy that vehicle, go ahead, you won't be disappointed. But I don't want the people that are struggling financially to go out and purchase something like that thinking it's a great deal in the used car market, because it's really not. You're better off just buying like a base model Civic or something like that than paying these overinflated used car prices for these old luxury cars. Because the other problem is, that I forgot to mention, is the older the vehicle, the more you have to deal with rust issues. But if you are an owner of an LS from this generation, let us know your thoughts in the comment section below. I would like to hear them. If you've had a great experience, that's awesome. I'm very happy for you. But please understand, from my perspective, when I make these videos, I'm trying to help those people who might be new to all of this car buying stuff. It's very difficult for them to wrap their head around this. A lot of moving parts here, and you mix in the complexity of some of these flagship luxury cars. I just feel like these people are better off in something brand new than something used like this. So hopefully this video and the various resources that I shared were valuable to you, and if it was, please consider liking and subscribing. Thanks again for watching. My next video will be on the end screen here. Click on it and I will see you there.